This is the one that'll be taking its place. I was very pleased with the Craftsman up until that one thing that my wife did. I've been using it for about a year with no issues whatsoever. Great distance. I live on several acres, and I can hit that button on the Craftsman about 100 yards away, and the door would start to open. So I'm hoping this one here will do the same. So I'll see how it goes. All right. Right now, temperature right here, a slight bit over 100. Up against the ceiling is even worse because it's a metal roof, no insulation. I had to take off 4 bolts at the side. That's how I have it mounted. Right here is 1, 2 up at the top, and then the other side, the 2 others at the other side. And then I had to take out the pin from right here. Is a Carter pin, and then a pin go through. That's them right there. And now I can just push the whole unit up, because this, I would like to keep this. It would stay, but the chain would go with it, with the unit up on top. All right, I'll go ahead now. Well, it's a little more involved than I thought. This bar that has the piece that slides on it and the little wheel, it won't work. I have to put in a new one. I'm hoping that bar works, else I might end up having to weld on a new type of bracket. These are square tubing, whereas the other one are more rectangular shaped. The hookups are a little bit different, but I think it'll still work. The chain is still the same chain. I'll just have to make sure the cable, the aircraft cable, is what it's going to be using. And I'll continue with this now on this bracket up here. That bracket right there is the bracket that goes on the back of this unit. The other unit was something built onto it. That piece. That's where that rectangular pipe would go through. This one, the square, this slips into the square, this bottom piece. So I'll just continue working on it in this heat. I'm just about done. I need to tighten up the wheel at the bottom that the aircraft cable go through. This, I put the level on it, it's perfectly level, but for some reason my bar here is off. So I guess I'm gonna have to move that little welded on tab I had at the bottom. Got one more bolt to put in. This is what I put in here, and I use this as a spacer. It's just regular 1/2-inch EMT pipe that I cut down the distance I want. Up here is the only place I got to put one. I'll put it up higher so it's away from the old hole. I got that one up there, this one here, that one right there, and this board is bolted directly to the steel beam. On both sides it's a double 1/2-inch, so it's 1 inch in thickness, and it's been there for over a year and it was working just fine. And even with that problem we had, it didn't even shifted that thing. So I'll go ahead and put in the last bolt. Now this is still loose, so I can adjust it. This is open here still. Now I have to just hook up the lines. I know what this one is. I forgot what those two are, so I'll have to test them. All right, my only problem I came up with now, I found all the wires. Once you hook up the one for the pushing the button, it'll light up green. So that one's good. My little eye got red in it. And then my green one is just blinking. I don't know if that's because on the old one, they were individually hooked up. You had these two were for doors, for the sensor. These two were for sensor, and then the door. Or vice versa, but you had two for sensors. They each use their own. On the new one, has one space and says tie the two sensors together. I don't know if those sensors can work like that, or I need to run these two that came in the pack. I really don't want to deal in that heat, but I have to. So I'll be back. A normal day here. Got the Jetta TDI, the smoke gray. Oh yeah. Then my favorite, the other Jetta, the 03 smoke gray. Have the Audi right there, and then the CC is here. The Beetle just pulled out, so that's why I got my space right there. But the Beetle pulled out the green, and still working on this door that's driving me nuts. I got everything hooked back up, but I really think I need to change those little safety eyes there. The one with the green is just continuously blinking no matter what I do, and the red one is holding solid. So I'm just gonna put in the new ones and hook it up like it should be. All right, I got everything complete, programmed. I'm just letting it cool down since the programming was up and down, and I'm hot. So I assume the motor is hot too. But I had to put in these sensors right there. So I spliced them in instead of running all new. I have to go get some of the heat shrink and redo it, solder it back together. But I got it on both ends. This one has an orange light and the other one is a green light. So finally got that done, and now I can just wait, program the my key and the cars, and I'm done. But thanks for being here with me, seeing what I do on my day off. All right.